Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here, and today we have a timeless reading. Timeless meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. This reading is Transmissions from Your Soul. That is this deck here. This deck is actually called the Secret Language of Light Oracle, which offers transmissions from the soul is what it says. So that's what we're using here. And then we also have the golden tarot deck here. We also do have the light, the obsidian, and the dark, the obsidian, and the light, the clear quartz stones on each one. So we're really kind of cleaning that energy. We've got protective energy going on here. We're just gonna go ahead and take a look and see what messages need to come through. Now, as a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and they're general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody. So please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers, and to the channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, we're going to go ahead and get these out here. Also, you might take a look at obsidian and clear quartz. You might just kind of look those up online, see what information comes through. Obsidian tends to be kind of a stone of protection. It kind of clears away. Oh, geez, I just dropped all of these. Not all of them, but many of them. Can clear away some of the darkness or create some understanding information through that. That is my learning, or parts of it, but learn on your own, because there's lots of different information. Some of the information seems like it all goes together as far as crystals go. Some of the information seems like it is not the same, right? Or different than some of the others. So trust your gut. What feels right for you is okay. Now, also clear quartz, it is a clarifying stone, and it is a multiplying stone. For whatever reason, that is what is coming through, where it kind of intensifies the energy of other stones or intentions, that kind of thing there. So that may be another one for you to look up. Now, I do use crystals with Reiki. I do have crystal Reiki. But I tend to find I can teach a lot about it and give a lot of information out, and yet sometimes, and in this case, this is what is coming through, it is more memorable for you to actually find the information, look up the information, research the information, and take what feels right for you, okay? That is what I'm getting for you specifically, Aquarius, for this, okay? So obsidian and clear quartz, look those up, because they actually will probably, I don't use a lot of crystals anymore. I did at one point on the channel. Anyway, I do use crystals a lot for private clients and for other things, right? But not on the channel as much, once in a while. And I have a few times recently, but I've been feeling called more to it. But I don't do it all the time anymore, like I had at one point. So I digress. All right, Spirit's indicating one more. So I guess it's the bottom of the deck. Both of those. All right, let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see what the transmissions of your soul are. Okay. You have, interesting, you have Ask Your Soul, which is number 16. Wow. Okay. So you're being asked to look inward. Whatever questions that you have, formulate wise questions so that your soul can give you wise answers. You need to create wise questions so that the wise answers can come through, the wisdom can come through, okay? There's so many times where we can ask questions that aren't very thought out, that aren't very clear, right? Kind of just pop off with questions that don't have a lot of meaning or depth behind them. So your soul is asking you to go inward and ask really, really wide, deep, not wide, wise, deep questions of yourself, okay? So that you can get those wise answers, so that you can understand, so that you can go deeper, so that you can have that information, or unleash or unharness, unharness the resources that you've been looking for. Some of you have had questions and you're like, why can't I do this? Or why isn't this working? Or why isn't this coming through? Or why don't I understand? Or whatever it is. And for some reason or another, your soul is saying, yeah, that's not the wise questions, right? Those are easy questions, which don't take a lot to answer. But if you go a little bit deeper and ask wise questions, you're going to get the answers, you're going to get the understanding, you're going to get the clarity, you're going to get the resources, you're going to finally see. But you need to ask the right questions. Isn't that interesting? Because I think too, what some of you may be feeling is that you're asking certain questions potentially of yourself, and the question that keeps coming through here is, why am I like this? I don't, right? I'm just seeing that question flashing in front of my mind's eye. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Why do I keep doing this? Or why does this keep happening? And that is very surface level for many of you here, Aquarius. Some of you will get the answers based off of that, but others of you aren't really asking, because in such a way you're not asking the wise questions because you're afraid for the answer. But that fear is keeping you stuck in that pattern, is the answer that Spirit's bringing through here, okay? Let's see. Spirit is indicating that there are 3 to 3 and 3 to 3. So let's see what we have here. We have the King of Swords, the Two of Cups, and Justice. Isn't that interesting coming through here? The King of Swords, the Two of Cups, and Justice is coming through. So with that King of Swords energy, Aquarius, you're really getting this energy of using your intelligence, right? We all have innate intelligence. We all bring with us, when we are born, this innate intelligence, this innate knowing, this energy, right? Communication is coming through with this as well. So you have this intelligence to be able to kind of reach into yourself to get that information, and to, with that Two of Cups, create that deep, intimate connection with yourself, okay? You have the power within you to do this, to create, to become, to be, okay? And answering or asking those wise questions, and or asking for guidance, support, advice is going to be beneficial. You are going to receive the answers to the questions. But again, you need to ask a little bit deeper questions, not just those surface level, because you also have Justice here, okay? And that Justice energy, things are going to start moving in your favor once you get that understand. There's truth coming through. There's cause and effect coming through, right? But if you're not willing to see your parts, then those questions stay on the surface level. You see where it's coming from here, Aquarius, or what's coming through, or what we're putting out here, or I'm putting out here, Spirit and I. There's cause and effect. So if you're not really if you're not really willing to look at that or to ask the deeper questions, then you're not going to have that understanding until you are willing to communicate, to go deeper, to, right, allow things to come to you, have that connection. It's not going to happen. Okay, there's an accountability factor coming through here. So be sure that is what your soul wants you to know. Your soul transmission, right? Is that it's going to take accountability. It's going to take asking wise and or deeper questions to get those wise and or deeper answers, right? There's got to be that connection with yourself. With that Two of Cups, there's got to be that energy with that King of Swords of really being a strong leader, but using your intelligence, using that innate energy that runs through you, runs through all of us here, Aquarius, to get to the bottom of it and or understand it at a deeper level, because that's really what you're asking for here, okay? Now, the next one that you have is 17. Isn't that interesting? You have 16 and 17. Okay, so your soul is like, hey, we're just going to go right down the thing here. We're going to go one right after another, Aquarius, and answer your questions, okay? So 17 is visualization. Interesting, right? So if you can dream it, you can create it, is what's coming through with that. If you can visualize it, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. I believe that's a saying, right? So whatever it is that you're working for, and or the answers, look for that, right? Ask those wise questions, and or also visualize where it is that you want to be, or what it is that you would like your life to look at, or the answers that you would like to see. Ooh, wow. Look at this. 10 of swords, 5 of swords. So many, you guys are in your freaking head, but you're not in your head in a creative visualization way. You're in your head in a, oh crap way. Okay, you're in your head. And we're back. We actually lost connection, so it's been quite a little bit. And I was recording, and I didn't realize until I went back to make sure the volume and everything was good on this Aquarius. I did not realize that this didn't record all the way through. So here we are, okay? We're given that power director. It'll be in the corner down there. A run for its money during this session time of readings or whatever. The last couple readings have had to be edited. So anyway, let's get back to this, okay? Look at this. You've got the 10 of swords, the 5 of swords, all right? So we were talking about this visualization here, and this is in your head in kind of an oh crap way. So I'm hoping that I can do this justice as the beginning and of the reading here and moving forward, because I'm so irritated. So listen, I'm so irritated that I lost that, but okay. That I lost that whole second part of this reading. It was all done and it wasn't recorded. Anyway, okay, I digress. Let's get back. Aquarius, visualization, right? Number 17 here. That's where we were at, where it cut off, but we were moving into this. So you're in your head. You're in your head in a big way, but not in a like visualizing or creating your life or whatever, right? Or creating what you want. You're in it, and again, that oh crap kind of way, that 10 of swords energy and that 5 of swords energy. This is energy of being this is what you're creating. This is what you're seeing. This is the pictures that you're making in your mind. This 10 of swords, this 5 of swords. Aquarius, if you just look at these two cards, right? If you just look at these two cards, that is not what you want to be creating. That is not what you want to be visualizing. That is not what you want to be seeing. For some of you, you're replaying all the disappointments, right? With that 10 of swords, you're replaying all this energy over and over of betrayal, of being backstabbed, of feeling like all of the pain. You're just ruminating on all of that, and that is what is creating. That is unfortunately the pictures that you are creating. And then that 5 of swords on top of it, paying attention to, focusing on petty little things, feeling all that tension, or creating images around all of that tension. This is what you have been making pictures of, visualizing or creating within your mind. And so when you're wondering why this keeps happening, or why things such as this keep showing up, it's because instead of visualizing what it is that you want, right, you keep visualizing all this crap, all this guck, all this muck, all this icky disappointment and pain and heartbreak, and focusing on the petty things and creating images, creating stories around that. That is why this continues. That is why you need to ask your soul and pay attention to your mindset. Notice what you're thinking. Notice how you're using that intelligence. Notice where you're coming in here, Aquarius, because what you're creating currently, or this is what your soul wants you to know, transmissions from your soul, right? That's what this reading is about, is that you continue to create what it is. So your soul is asking you to listen carefully here, Aquarius, because it really all comes down to this, right? What are you seeing? What are you visualizing, right? You're asking your soul. You need to ask your soul, right? With the first card, 16 here, wise questions, so you can receive wise answers, but you also have to create wise images. Visualize wisely. Use the information that you have, Aquarius, the knowledge, the intelligence that you have, to create from a space of building what it is that you actually want. If you can dream it, you can create it. But if this is what you're dreaming, right? If this is what you're visualizing, if this is what you're always thinking about or always seeing or always creating images of in your mind, this 10 of Swords and this 5 of Swords, this is what you're continuing to get. And then you question why that keeps coming through. This is that justice. This is that cause and effect, right? It is, this is the cause. This is what you're seeing. This is what you're always looking at. This is what you're paying attention to. This is what you're making images of. This is what you're visualizing, right? The despair, the rock bottom, the being stabbed in the back with that 10 of Swords, right? The energy of feeling as if you're always in kind of this place of crisis or struggle mode, or always being betrayed, nobody ever stands up, or fake people around you all the time, right? And then that 5 of Swords energy, which is paying attention to those petty details, noticing, right? Or thinking, look, you've got these little people back here. I don't know if you can see that very clearly or not. And then this person here, this is coming through as you here, Aquarius. You're paying attention to, oh, look, I've got these swords and I've got this and I've got that. All these little details, this feeling all that tension or projecting stuff onto other people here. And then you're wondering as the effect why that's what keeps showing up in your life, because that's what you're currently visualizing. That's what you're currently holding on to. That's what you're currently creating. That is your connection with yourself through your visualizations, right? That is why your soul is like, hey, use this wisely. Ask your soul the wise questions. Is it wise for me to continue visualizing, creating pictures, thinking about, ruminating about all of this, or should I move out of that? Yes, Aquarius, move out of it. You've got to, right? Your soul is talking to you. You need to listen carefully, Aquarius, right? Right? Because it all comes down to this. What are the pictures that you're creating? What is this dream life that you're creating? If these are the images that you're always thinking about, or if this is the information or whatever that you're always creating, look at that. Pulsating, 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 always at the back of your mind or at the front of your mind, always ruminating, always visualizing, always making pictures about this, this, and this. This is what you're going to continue to get. That is where your effect is showing up. Wow, wow, and wow. And now listen, Aquarius, you've got the 10 of Swords, the 5 of Swords, and the Hierophant, which is also a 5. So you've got a 10 and 2 5s, which equal 10. So this has to change. This has to come through a completion, Aquarius. You have to look at this. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to say, dang, I am done with that. I'm fully recognizing this. I am fully taking responsibility, accountability for this, and I am fully ready to shift out of this. This is complete. All right. My soul has been telling me this transmission has been coming through, and now, aha, I finally get it, and I'm finally ready to visualize differently. I'm finally ready to create different pictures. I'm finally ready to change my beliefs with that Hierophant, right? I'm finally ready to ask wise questions, to look in that deep, wise, wild me, in nerds, right? Reflect. I'm ready to really make a commitment to myself to follow that guidance, to follow, right, what it is that is coming through for me, what my soul is transmitting to me, the messages that come through, asking the wise questions, really checking on my beliefs, because if I believe that I can create my world, and yet this is what I continue to think about, to picture, to ruminate on, to hold my mindset at, right, all of this, and down, doom, gloom, bad, da 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 da. I'm not saying that none of this is valid here, Aquarius. I'm not saying that none of this happened. I'm not saying that you didn't live this, but it was an experience for you to grow through, not to hold on to, okay? It was an experience for you to grow through, not to hold on to. You got to learn the lesson and move forward. But if that's what you continue in, and if you continue believing in that space, then you are getting, that is your cause, and you are getting the effects, right? If your reality isn't what you have been saying that you've been visualizing, right? This is a bit tough, but you need to listen carefully, because your soul is really trying to speak to you, okay? And you have been asking your soul, why isn't it changing? Why isn't this happening? Why isn't, why is there not shifting? Why is there not? This is why, all right? This is why. This is your answer, okay? This is your answer. It all really comes down to this. You've got to change that. You've got to understand. You've got to ask wiser questions for wiser answers to come through, and really pay attention to what you're visualizing, what you're creating, the images that you're creating. Because again, if you can dream it, you can have it, right? If you can hold it in your hand, if you can hold it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. But it's not any different whether it's positive or negative, whether it's this, right? Or whether it is, you know, what it is that you're actually dreaming about. But it is time to expand out of this. Okay, it's time for this to be completed, for you to have this full recognition, full awareness around it, a completion of it, and to expand, change, allow yourself to bloom, grow, blossom outside of this. Okay, visualize what you do want, not what you don't want, because that seems to be what's coming through. All right, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. Also, remember to check out the 2 stones, and you know, they may be, because I was called to put them within this reading, which might be for protection, right? Help you, and cleansing, clearing, and or amplifying what you're manifesting. Okay, so we don't want to amplify this, but we do want to amplify this. All right, put that there. This is protection against all of that, and or understanding, right? It opens you up. Okay, all right, love you all. See you in the next reading.